Beatdown. I am, of course, Logan Summit, and this is the Logan Summit Show. You found us. Good for you. Pat yourself on the back. You're a winner, and winners get sprinkles, Jimmy. Well, today we are sponsored by none other than Newer. That's right. This whole studio is built by Newer. Do you want camera accessories? Do you want pro gear at amateur price? And go over to newer.com and use code Logan to save yourself a little bit of that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We can all use a little bit more cash in our pocket. So use that code Logan. And yes, you can find the link to that in this very about section. All right, let's get to it. We have oh my gosh, we've got a storied Muay Thai, excuse me, not Mai Tai. I'm not having a cocktail today. It's Muay Thai and kickboxing. Dude, you have been busting it down. This is my newest friend, Andreas, the Aztec Quiroz. Good day to you, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Well, all right, you're in New York right now. How's New York treating you today?
Oh, it's nice. It's beautiful outside. It's been really crappy weather lately. Just raining all the time. Now it's real nice. Went for a walk earlier, even while weight cutting. You know, life's currently in the middle in my weight cut right now. But
I saw you just made weight.
Yeah,
I mean, you haven't officially weighed in, but you've made weight at the YMCA.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. So how much weight are you having to cut?
Not like a whole lot. I only cut like I've been good. I've been good the past couple weeks. I went to nationals about 4 weeks ago. I had to weigh in 132 there, so I didn't have too much time to screw around and get fat. So I around like 140, 145 is what I'm really walking around at. So
that's not
really
terrible.
Yeah, that was easy.
Now, did you start with a wrestling background? Have you had to cut weight before combat sports?
I have not. I actually started with no athletic background whatsoever. I didn't do sports in high school or college. I just, before I went to college, I was getting out of high school, and it was just like I was able to have the opportunity to train with kickboxing first time ever. I did like traditional martial arts back in the day, like Taekwondo and shit. Really Americanized version. So I go into my first kickboxing practice, and I just get my ass beat the whole time because I had no idea what I was doing. It was great. And
hold on, let me just stop you right there. Americanized Taekwondo is complete. I took it. I got 1 credit in college for taking a Taekwondo class, and I just remembered from my Ken Pal stuff back when I was a kid with a little bit of gold in a pager. You go into an Americanized Taekwondo class, and then you come out of that, and unless you're trying to do competition stuff, it's not preparing you for a street fight. That's for damn sure.
Oh, not at all. I'm like, I got a green belt, and then like after sparring, they're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, good for you. Oh, you got yourself a green belt. That's great. You can wear it on St. Patrick's Day. Good for you.
Exactly. I'm like residual concussion the whole time. I'm like, yeah, no, it didn't really help too much after the first practice, but I've been training for about 5 years now, 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
Good for you.
Yeah, no, been keeping at it. I'm at a relatively new gym the past year, but because my goal is eventually to get into mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
So they're a grappling gym, and we're developing a striking program as well.
Cool.
I'm helping with that, but no, things are.
Have you started teaching yet?
Yes. I coach right now I run the kids program, and ideally after this, I got a lot of fights coming up.
Yeah, you do. And we're going to talk about that. You've already got 2 signed fights, and we will get to that.
So because I have so much stuff on my plate, at least until after around October or December. From then on, I do want to start maybe coaching my own adult class. I help out with the adult class right now when it comes to striking, but right now me and my striking coach Matthew Jordan, I have him on Instagram. He he's awesome. But no, we're keeping the striking program strong. We're growing it bit by bit. Small town, really small town. We're not
exactly. Where is Homel, New York? Where is that situated in the big state of New York?
Cornell, New York. It's about an hour south of Rochester.
Okay, I used to do a morning show up in Syracuse, New York, and it said Syracuse, by the way, because they yelled at me when I called it Syracuse. Literally, legitimately yelled at me. How hard is it to find a good gym? Obviously, you found a home for yourself now, but how hard was it to find your place up there in upstate New York?
Well, oddly enough, this small like area that we have had a lot of different competing gyms at one point.
Mhm.
Competing gyms at one point, and my the gym I originally was from, it was we grew up we ended up shutting down, but before that we were kind of, I don't know, it was kind of
You
like some
should see your
closer
face as you say all that, by the way. I mean, there's a story there. I'm not going to ask you for it because
There's a
I
lot with
feel
that.
like it's not a good story.
Some
But
of
do
my
you want,
former teammates can definitely attest to what I'm
can you
talking
give us just one sentence of how it up?
about. Yeah, so you know that show like on Netflix called Cobra Kai?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we were them. It was
Okay, okay. Sweep the leg, Johnny! Sweep the leg!
yeah, it's just like, yeah, let's start beef with every single gym. Let's not unite this martial arts community. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But,
Did you guys
all
do the old
respect.
Bruce Lee stuff and go into other gyms and challenge the master of the gym?
Thank God we did not know. But it was just, it was like, oh, we're better than them, but than this gym or that gym. And I never believed that. But it was, all respect to my coach. Don't get me wrong. He's gotten me to where I am now, right? My old coach. I wouldn't be where I am without the foundation that he gave me. I always give respect because of that. But, eventually we kind of just stopped, everything just stopped. Gym just shut down. It was kind of like, are we still fighting? Are we still doing stuff? And it's like, yeah, let's run mitts in my backyard, which granted, that's taking time off of,
Yep.
helping with his, being with his family and stuff like that. But eventually it gets to a point where, are we going to start the gym up again? Or,
Right.
And there was nothing really with that. So now I'm with Roots Combat Academy, and we're building something awesome.
That's awesome. You're building it from the roots up. See what I did there?
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
thanks.
that.
Before we start touching on your career thus far, I do want to go back and talk about teaching because I have interviewed a lot of up and coming fighters who are also coaching in their respective gyms, and they all say they have learned so much from teaching. Do you find that to be the truth? And what's the biggest lesson you've learned from helping the little kids out there?
Oh, the biggest. So it's just because you're going over the basics again and again. It's like, oh wait, I almost forgot about this part when you're throwing a kick, like the certain round of technique you got to do, things that you don't really think about, because by the time that you get to this point, you've forgotten pretty much half of what you've learned, because it just becomes like instinct, or it becomes just like a part of you, an extension of yourself. And the most important thing I really learned is just when it comes to with teaching, with coaching, that I've been able to attribute with like the rest of my fight career, is it gives me something to like fight more for, if that makes sense. Because I'm not just fighting for like the selfish, like, don't get me wrong, it's a selfish sport, it's a lonely sport, and at the end of the day, it's all on me, whatever. Ideally I want to make a lot of money doing this one day, but also look at exactly, but look at the things that I can do with it. People I can inspire. I came from, like I said, non-athletic background. I used to be like 180 pounds, dude.
Oh, wow.
At 5'6". It's insane,
Trust me, I know what you're talking about.
But no, I came from like low ambition. I wasn't meant to be anything. I was meant to be more like a burnout more than anything. But it was through finding kickboxing and then finding just fighting, I was able to reinvent myself and become a better version of myself to where I am now. Like the me from like 5 years ago, stuff like that. And I see that in like the kids now, in the other people in the adult class, right? My students, people I've taught. I see some of myself from back then in them, and it's just like you can get to this point as well, and they say they're inspired by me. Some of them too. I'm not saying they all think that. I'm not like that. But some of them have said that to me, and that means more than anything to me. More than making money doing this shit. More than winning all the my old coach used to call them dust collectors, all the belts or whatever, all the trophies. That's all cool and whatever. But it's what I can do with them, as a result of winning them, that I can show them like, hey, you can get to this point. I was at nothing. I was supposed to be burnout, be nothing. You can get to this point as well.
Yeah, no, that's great because you know what? Here at the Logan Summit Show, we always say it takes a village to build a fighter. At the end of the day, you're in there on your own, but there's so many contributing factors that get you to that point when you're step in the ring and you know that your team's behind you. And also, you don't have to be the next John Jones. Just get off your butt and go to a gym. There's great community. It's good for your mental health. It's good for your physical health. It's good for your overall well-being. And I think you get to see that on a regular basis, especially with these kids coming in. And it's got to enrich you as a person, knowing that you're fighting for more than yourself. You're fighting for those kids that look up to you at this point. And that's got to be a big motivational factor for you.
Oh, more than anything. Like when I won my belt, so a little past when I won my belt for the first time ever, not like the first full title last year around June. Right.
Now, was that the SKA National Glory Rules Championship that you're speaking of?
No, not that one. That was from 4 weeks ago. I won that one. But this was a year ago. Thank you. A year ago, I won the FCP, the Full Contact Promotions promotional title. Right, the full title at 135 about a year ago. Right, ended up. I'll get more into that. But basically, when I won that, I'm walking out with they just had like a wrestling event for like kids and stuff like that, right? And so I'm walking out there with the belt, and all these little kids come up to me, and they're just like, "Hey, can you sign my singlet? Can you sign my trophy? Can I take a picture of you with the belt? Can I hold the belt?" And that's just like, this is what I'm meant to do. Like this is what it's really about, you know. And that changed from it being like a totally selfish, like I'm doing this for myself, I'm doing this for, you know, all the shit that I can get out of it, and it turned into, oh my God, you know, I can inspire people. And, you know, that's where like it first clicked for me in that, and that's why I started being a lot more dogmatic with coaching, a lot more, you know, like into it. And but that was for the promotional title, and then I fought for the ISK New York State title and defended my promotion. Well, was supposed to defend my promotional title against Austin Baylor, my current opponent. Right, he ended up winning that fight. And now currently we are doing a rematch.
It was a decision last August, in August 2024. You fought Austin, and then you fought Colby in the meantime. So you're actually coming off of a 2-loss streak right now, and your career at 6'5", 1-1 has been an up and down. And I think you would probably attribute that to your neophyteness, if that's even a word. If not, I'm making stuff up. That's okay. I got my own vernacular over here, but you're being a newbie to athletics overall. As you said, you didn't do high school sports. You didn't do college sports. So you're in there and you're learning literally from the ground up. It's been a battle, but you've also had huge successes. We already mentioned that you're the ISKA National Glory Rules Champion. Just did that not too long ago. You're going to be repping the United States of America in Australia for the ISKA Championship. That's huge stuff that you're doing. You get to travel halfway around the world because you can throw kicks and punches. That you couldn't have thought about that 5 years ago, right?
I could not have. No, not at all. I never thought I'd be to this point. You know,
how amazing is it when you take a moment to sit back? Because Derek Jeter said once, this is something that I talk to kids about all the time. Derek Jeter says the biggest disappointment or biggest regret of his career was not being able to enjoy the wins while he was in his career. He would get these victories, and instead of taking a moment to stop down and celebrate them, he would go, "What's next?" And like Goldberg. And now he's thinking to himself, wow, if I would have just taken moments to appreciate the little victories in my life, I think I would be a little bit better off. Have you taken moments to enjoy the victories that you've had?
I think that's kind of insane that you actually mentioned that, because before I won nationals, before I went out to go fight for it, my Coach Reed Welch, my grappling coach, he's the one that owns the gym over here at Roots, along with his wife Brittany Welch. He messages me right before I'm about to go out. You know, well, get my gloves on and then be off my phone until I go fight. And then on Messenger, and it was like, you know, take a moment to live in the present. You know, you're not going to get these days back. These are the best days of your life, you know, and stuff like that. And it was just like right then there, I respond right back to him. I'm like, damn, he's right, you know. And then I thought about that one quote. I forgot where it's from, but it's like, live and die this day, you know, live in this day, you know, and that's all that matters. You know, I can think about tomorrow, what can be in the future. Who knows? Who cares? I can think about the past, sad, whatever. That doesn't matter. What matters is the present right now, being in this moment and what I can do with it. And appreciating it for what it is, because it's like I'm all the way in Delaware, you know. I'm here on a whim for nationals or whatever. It's insane. It's insane to take it for a look at it, even for a moment in the present, to see where I am.
Now you're going to leave this interview. You drive up to Rochester. You're going to weigh in. You're at weight right now. We've already talked about that. You literally fight mañana, and you'll be fighting Austin Baylor. It's a kickboxing fight, and it will be part of Full Contact Promotions, which is a promotion that you're obviously part of and have been part of many, many times before.
Yes, love it.
What did you learn from the first fight against Austin, which was a loss, a decision loss, that you're going to be able to put into this fight and make sure that you come out with your hand raised?
Well, going to the fight the first time, he came off of a very good knockout win. And so I was worried about the power the whole time. And don't get me wrong, a lot of power, hit me with a lot of power, but I was able to withstand it. So I guess I wouldn't be as cautious as I was before. In terms of in the first round, at least. Like, I obviously respect the power, but the first fight, I was way too hesitant to just throw anything, really. Like, yeah, we were in the middle of it throwing, and then after the first round, then I started doing it. But I feel like I definitely took a lot more damage than I should have in the first round, leading into the second and third, that I just couldn't rally back, I guess. So definitely, I think for this fight, I'm just going to be the idea is to be more tactical, more technical, right? But
more aggressive.
What happens? But yeah, we want to be more aggressive this fight, definitely.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. I do. Give me some pom poms. I got your back, bro. Now, do you think Austin Baylor's thinking the same kind of stuff? Like, wow, I got in there with him. I beat him once, but it was a tough fight. It went to a decision. The judges called it. Do you think he's wondering exactly what you're going to bring to the table? Do you think you worried him enough to put him in a position where he's thinking about this fight and not thinking that it's a foregone conclusion?
Oh, I definitely think so. I think I'm a different fighter than I was a year ago. So talking back for the Colby fight in December, I regressed so much from that. That was when the shifting of gyms was happening. Okay. I can throw like a lot of million excuses about it. I'm not going to, because that's not who I am, right? But I regressed a lot. Holy crap. A lot. I didn't throw like any kicks. I don't think that any high kicks. I was not my usual style, right? Not at all. But now I feel like a totally different fighter from even not only then, but from a year ago. I feel like a more versatile and dynamic striker, and I am gonna be giving him something different this time for sure.
Well, hopefully he's ready for it. It's been a year, obviously, that's giving you a full opportunity to get your head straight, get your physicality back to it, and really, dude, if you're not throwing kicks, what are you doing out there, bro? I'm just saying. Come on.
I love throwing high kicks. I'm sure. I got it.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Hey, I want to see you step, plant, and kick. Okay. They're going to step in, you're going to kick them in the side of the face, and then we're going to come back and we're all going to go, yeah, you did it! I'm obviously making it sound a lot less complicated than it is. All right. Look, you have one fight coming up literally tomorrow. Austin Baylor, part of Full Contact Promotions. You can catch that right here on Millions.co. And then moving forward on June 21st, you're fighting again. Art of Combat against Josh Richard. Not even sure if that's how you say it, but that's how we're going to say it.
I think it's how it's pronounced.
Right? Yeah, Reichardt. Very German. All right, Reichardt. Yeah. And you're going to go Muay Thai against him. Let's start with Austin. This is your time right now to make a prediction. How do you see it happening? When do you see it happening?
I see a third round finish.
All right. That's what I like to – that a TKO or straight up down and out for the count?
I'm thinking TKO. I think my cardio is going to beat him. I think I'm going to gas him out.
Now, when you wake up in the morning, what kind of run do you go for?
So that's what's so awesome about my running. I had a knee injury for like the first half of my camp, so I wasn't able to run. But as soon as I was able to, it was like either I'd run in the morning or I'd run at night. Depends on if I had time. Run 5 miles, 5 miles the next day, 8 miles, 7 miles, take a break for like 3 days, 5 miles, 8 miles, really, really like sporadic with it. But, the cardio still remains the same. And I'm not only running, I do those long runs all the time, but I also, of course, I have grappling training as well, which, people are like, why are you doing grappling training? You're doing striking fights. I'm like, shut up. No, listen, my cardio is going to speak for itself. There is no other cardio like grappling, right? And then, of course, do grappling, then I do striking. I gotta, and then I do weightlifting as well. I try to keep all those aspects of my life as even as possible, just trying to keep, so I get muscle development through weightlifting. I condition those muscles through all the other bullshit I do, and that's the plan, I guess. For
well, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, right?
Exactly.
All right. Now, this is a section where I call it, it's our time down here, it's their time up there. This is your time to thank whomever you want to. You can talk about video games, your dog, I don't care. Talk about your gym, your sponsors, or companies that you would like to have sponsor you. Anything that you want to say right now, this is your time.
Well, wow, putting me on spot a bit. No, you're good. You're good. I like that last one. Companies I'd like to have sponsor me. I got a lot of gear from a company called I like how I say that. Kill Crew. I love their stuff. I use their stuff all the time. My last grappling tournament, I wore their full set for what is it called?
We'll call it a kit.
You're gonna say, yeah, their full kit. I forgot what the name on it's called, but you'll see it on my fight shorts. It's I keep the same fight shorts ever. I think it's called all in on all out on luck, all in on hard work or something like that. And I'm like, hey, that's I like that a lot. I like but yeah, no, that's a company I'd like to get sponsored by one day. But who knows? Maybe if I become state and national champion, that might get me, somewhat there. I see people getting sponsorships, and it's just like, well, what have you done? But that's for another time. But one day. I don't have any current sponsors. I definitely feel like I haven't really been looking for any because it's just been like back to back nationals, and then this, and then now I got to go fight up in Buffalo for K4 and Art of Combat, that stuff. Just it's I want to start getting more local sponsors at least after this camp, and after having what is going to be like 3 titles now. Mm-hmm. I figure that'll help. And then when it comes to like you want to call them blue chip, but obviously bigger sponsors like Kill Crew and like Takedown Sports. I know that's a big one as well. That would be good. I like to be like a takedown ambassador. That'd be cool. God, I don't got anything else other than that, really.
You want to thank your mom?
Thank my mom. Yeah, thank my mom. Thank my dad. Oh yeah, thank people. Well, of course, I want to thank my main training partners. That would be some of them I've already forgot their last names because I'm awful. Jesus. Jackson Tinker, Alex Volsier, Elijah. Forgot your last name, Elijah. I'm so sorry. Matt Jordan, my striking coach, Reed Welch, my grappling coach, and honestly pretty much my head coach, but I don't think he'll accept me saying that. He's the one that got me into the idea of having multiple coaches. At my old gym, it was just like, I'm your head coach, I'm your main coach, I coach you on everything. And it's like, okay, I've never had a coach ever in my life, so maybe that's how it works. And, that's the biggest thing is that I had no.
It's not, by the way.
Yeah, it's not. I've realized it's not now. I had no previous reference whatsoever when it came to athletics at all. Like I said, I came from like super athletic, 180 pounds, whatever, into the combat sports scene. And my goals for the next. We'll talk about my goals. Why not? At least for please. What I got set up for the next until until December. So I'm thinking, right, I got this fight this week, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Then,
It's
tomorrow.
not this week, bro. It's
It's
tomorrow.
tomorrow, trust me, I know. The weight cut's getting to me now, not really.
No, play that up. Play that up.
Oh, it's awful. And then just next, no, 3 weeks later, I have my first ever Muay Thai fight. I never fought Muay Thai. I've only fought kickboxing. So definitely gonna be very fun, unique experience, and
that dirty boxing, baby. Come on, clinch, get in there. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. Throw some elbows.
Exactly. So that 3 weeks, and then I have a break in July, and the break in July is more stuff because I'll be doing a grappling tournament, American Grappling Federation, up in Buffalo again.
Hey, my family's from Buffalo, by the way. They all grew up in Buffalo. Yeah, I'm a Buffalonian. Hey, did you know that Buffalo is the second largest city in New York State, behind obviously New York City?
I did not know that. That's insane.
Yeah. 2 million people live in freaking Buffalo.
It's a big place. I've only been there a couple times to watch the fights, and to get my passport one time.
Hey, after your fight, if you want to go out on the town, oh man, go. There's some fun stuff in downtown Buffalo. Get down there, man. Yeah, Buffalo's a beautiful place for like 3 weeks a year. The rest of it's just snow.
Yeah, snow.
Just a lot of snow.
So, and then in August, I can't give too much details. Actually, no, this most people won't watch this interview until after my fight anyways. I'm going to announce it anyways. In August, for the next FCP card, I'm going to be doing my first mixed martial arts fight.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
That is the plan. All right. And then about a week and a half after that, I have the World Kickboxing Association, which is some other different entity, in Delaware again. It's a tournament. We'll see how I'm feeling after my MMA fight, depending on like if I can cut the weight down to 132 again, or if not, or if I'm all banged up. We'll see. We don't know, but that's the plan. I already put money on it like 2 months ago, so I might as well.
Yeah. Believe in yourself, Pete Rose. Believe in yourself.
Exactly. So, and then I have that, and then nothing until October, which is when Worlds is. And then in December, maybe we'll have another MMA fight. Maybe I'll defend my belts. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the whole planned out for the rest of the year. I like being planned out, because before it was just like, are we fighting this month? No? Okay. We are? Oh, well, I didn't know. That's cool. Good to know.
I'm going to have to get you a whiteboard for that room, so you can put all of your plans and things on a whiteboard and just have it there every morning. You can just wake up and refer to it. I think that would be good. Plus, you got nothing on the walls behind you, so you need something over there.
This is not my office. This is my coach's office. I'm just here because it's a nice looking space. That's the main reason why. I also had to drop off some ticket money, so I figured I'll drop off some tickets and take the money. So I figured I'd
take the money and run, bro. What are you doing sticking around?
So I figured I'd use the space.
All right. Well, I'm glad. Before we get to the game show that all the kids are talking about on the streets and all the adults are talking about around the water cooler, I do want to touch on your nickname, the Aztec. How did you get that? Where did it come from? Who gave it to you?
Right. So I'm a Mexican American. My dad's Mexican, straight from Mexico City. And that's the main reason why. There's no it's it's obviously special. It's in terms of like ancestor culture, like heritage and stuff like that. I just threw a lot of nothing words at you there for a second.
I understand. I've been to Mexico plenty of times. I understand the history.
But yeah, Aztec, the warrior spirit, that's what I'm trying to emulate whenever I fight. Yeah.
Stay away from the human sacrifices, but I get what you're getting at.
We'll see what happens, man. Hey, there's a reason I've only been in 14-ounce gloves. Those big old gloves I can't get into.
And you definitely can't use your phone once you put the gloves on. Actually, that's a good video. That'll go viral. Fighter trying to I don't know, send a text message to their significant other with gloves on, or I don't know. There's something there that you can pull out. I'm really excited about your next fight. Literally tomorrow, you're going to get your opportunity to redeem yourself from the loss against Austin Baylor last year in August. It will be part of Full Contact Promotions. It will be a kickboxing match, and you will be able to see it right here on Millions.co. All right, let's get to it. It's time to play 5 Questions. 5 questions, as always, brought to you by Newhouse. Do you need office decor, home decor, or just a good place to put your butt? Go on over to newhouse.com. Use the code Logan Radio Rocks. It'll save you that money. Money. Yes, trust me on this. And if you're looking for the link, you'll be able to find it in the About section of whatever platform you're watching us on. Yeah, we're currently on 5 platforms. And if you're on Millions.co, make sure you check out my new merch drop. That's right. We've got the Logan Summit Show logo. We have my famous sign-off. Everyone loves a good fight. Whole line of merch behind that. And we just dropped the jab period line because the jab is the most important punch in all of combat sports. Jab period. That's literally what the line is because I'm trying to make fight gear for fighters. I want you to be proud to wear the gear that I'm putting out there. So go check out that merch line. Spend a little bit of money. And, make my day a little bit brighter. And it'll make your day or whomever you decide to give those clothes to a better day because combat sports create some really fun clothing lines. I love the jab period idea, by the way, because I just think jab, right? They came back to me and it just said jab. And I was like, no, I want the period after it because it's jab, period. You got to jab, set everything up. All right, enough talking. I'll get back to 5 questions. Are you ready, my friend?
Yeah.
All right, you're from New York. Let's start off really, well, not easy. It depends on how you look at it. Yankees or Mets?
Oh, shit. The Mets.
It sounds like somebody in your family very close to you is a Yankees fan.
If I say anything else, something's gonna happen.
Okay, all right. We'll leave it at Mets. We'll just go right there. All right, question number 2. What is the music that you use most to train to?
Oh, shit. I use a lot of heavy metal. But I say that. Heavy metal is such like a generic term. Jesus. I'll just name some bands.
Yes.
I listen to like Five Finger Death Punch, stuff like that.
Yo, man, you should get down here and get with my friend Zoltan, who he's a Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Did not know that.
He is. Crazy. Yeah, he is. I was once at a dinner with him, Hodger Gracie, and there was one other Gracie there. It wasn't Hoist. And Overt Flow is on my side. Zoltan's on the other side. And the woman who played Roz in Call of Duty was there too. And Overt Flow just leans over and he goes, "Hey, man, we've got 3 Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts on this side of the table. And we've got 3 actual Gracies on their side of the table. They win every single fight, every single time that we're in. But yeah, you got to come down to Vegas and hang out with Zoltan, who I just dropped some knowledge on you. Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. All right, give me some of the other bands you listen to.
It's not really heavy metal, but I listen to a lot of 3 Days Grace, a lot of emo rock, to be honest. I like getting sad whenever I work out. It's weird. It's real weird. I told one of my friends asked me one time, he's just like, "Man, you've been really getting in shape and getting in the gym and stuff like that." I'm like, "Yeah, when I get sad, dude, I get bigger. I don't know. When I get sad, it just shit happens."
Well, you need heartbreak to sell the story, apparently, dude.
Hey, I got a lot of stories about that. And people watching these interviews know a lot about that too, who are local.
I'm going to try not to make you cry. All right. Question number 3. What inspires you?
Hold on, give me a second.
No, take all the time you want, man. I want you to have a good thought process on this question. I asked some hard ones. I get it.
The idea that I can be could be the version of myself that like a younger me, even 5 years ago, or even when I was a little kid, can look at that and be like astounded, shocked, just have it like not even make sense. Does that make sense at all?
Yes, it does. I understand what you're saying. You would have never been able to look at yourself where you are right now and been able to see yourself 5 years ago in the position that you are. I get it. I do. I understand that completely. And you know what? I'm going to ask you one other question, kind of the same, but who inspires you?
All of my teammates and all of my coaches. That's a big umbrella term, but it really is. It's a collective effort in it. What inspires me most of all is their faith in me that I can be something. Like I said before, I'll say it a million times. I was supposed to be a burnout. I was supposed to be, probably in the same. Don't get me wrong, still in the same hometown, but but like working at like a gas station for the rest of my life. That's not going to be me, and it's because of the faith they have in me that inspires me more than anything.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Question number 4. Have you ever been to a Broadway play? And if so, what was it?
I have not. I wish I could. I think the generic answer would be, "Oh, I want to watch Hamilton." Yeah, no, I think I'll go with that one. Looks nice. Why
All
not?
right, fair enough. Yeah, everybody wants to see Hamilton. I would have picked Book of Mormon, but that's just me. And I've seen it, by the way. It's absolutely fantastic. Love those South Park dudes. They got my sense of humor toned in. All right. Question number 5, and the last question of 5 questions. Here we go. Are you superstitious? And if so, what does that look like? The same socks, the same cereal? I don't know. What are you superstitious about, if you are at all?
I'm superstitious around fight week more than anything. I have a certain set of rituals I need to do. In terms of just like I like to be prepared, be prepped. I have everything all set out. I have even right now at my house. I have the Cutmans, everything they'll need. I have like a bunch of gauze we probably won't use. What if they lose? 3 packs of gauze. Here's 4 more. Stuff like that. I like being prepared. And beyond that, I actually wrote it down. Hold on. And beyond that, I like to my main ritual more than anything is when I get into the cage. And there's a story behind this. I like to back in the day, first 2 fights, I lost my first 2 fights, and it wasn't until my 3rd fight that I ever had a win. Right, first 2 fights were 145. I get in the cage, and they're announcing us, they're announcing me or whatever, and then my legs just start shaking involuntarily because of all the excitement, all the adrenaline, just like, oh, yeah, holy shit. And it happened my first 2 fights, and it wasn't until my third fight, it I was thinking to myself, either I'm gonna win this fight or I'm just gonna give up on this shit because I'm not gonna be 0-3. So a 3rd fight, I get in there, my legs start shaking again, and I'm just like, motherfucker, and then I just like stomped 1 foot, stomped the other, just to like, I don't know, shut that shit down. And, I won that fight. My legs stopped shaking. I won the fight. And ever since then, every single time I go into the cage, no matter what, I don't care about the result after. It's a matter of I get in there and the way that I like, quell that fear or doubt or whatever, my legs don't shake anymore. But I still do it. I get in there, even up at nationals. I got in the ring, stomp. There wasn't any like announcement or like anything like that. It's just you get in there and you fight. But I still went in, stomp, and that's how I like focus back and be in the moment. And that's the biggest thing. So I'm super superstitious when it comes to rituals because when I'm not able to be prepared, fucks with me a lot when I'm about to fight. And then no, definitely very superstitious around then.
Do you have any really silly superstitions or that you think are silly, but you still have to go through them anyways?
No, not really. Like outside of fighting?
Yeah, no. I mean, like, I know that during the playoffs, some people won't, like, I'll go back to the socks thing. I know baseball players during the playoffs that will not change their socks until they lose, and then they'll change their socks. You got anything weird like that?
Oh, my weirdest thing was I'm breaking it this time because I need to get the fuck over it. But it was I never want to play the same song more than twice in a row, otherwise I'm going to lose. That's what I always felt like for some reason. I'm playing the same walkout song. What's it called? It's "Don't Get in My Way" by Zach Hennessy or something like that. Yeah, no. Favorite song ever. I figured.
It was either that or move, get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, move, Get out. I'm just saying that might be a bumper jumper. That could be a banger, as Sheamus from the WWE would say. Man, I had nothing but a pleasure chatting with you today. I hope you had a good time chatting with me. Obviously, I am unlike any interviewer out there, especially on any platform that you've ever been. And I appreciate Millions.co. My new friend from upstate New York, we've got that going for us. Andreas, the Aztec Quiroz, who will be fighting Manana, part of Full Contact Promotions, against Austin Baylor. Will he find redemption, or will he use his tears to salt his fiery Cheetos while asking his mother where it all went wrong? You can find out right here on Millions.co tomorrow. I'm glad that you made weight. I'm glad that you found some time to come on in and spend some time with me. I appreciate you, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck. I want you to come back and check in with me before your next fight, okay?
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Hey, it's been my pleasure, my friend. And thank you for being here as well. Look, we've already got a bunch of fighters lined up to talk next week, so don't go anywhere. And I need you to do me a favor over the weekend. Be good to yourself and be kind to others. Pay it forward, play it forward. Rock like a party star, party like a rock star. Smile strong, laugh loud. Last but not least, please like, follow, and subscribe so you'll know what the hell I'm up to. And always remember, Andreas, everyone loves a good fight. We'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Great work, my friend.
Thank you.